with his friend and brother Robert W. JoJo Hill, the servant, the artist, and the author. Come on in, pop on in if you can. All right, guys, listen. I want to do an update on my show from last night. Now, where we saw the report, it says that it was 70% of the black women in Fulton County, Georgia, had contracted HIV and were HIV positive. And we had a lot of people just losing their doggone minds. Now, let me tell y'all something. What we do, we report the news. We report stuff that we get that comes through. If it comes through, we're reporting it. We're not making this crap up. Some of y'all people are losing their doggone minds. There's people on my doggone page. They were popping in the comment section talking about, oh, you must hate black people and it would be a black man to disparagingly talk about black women. I'm not talking about y'all. Let me tell you something. I didn't make nobody go down there and get the crap banged out of them. I did not do that. That had nothing to do with me. I didn't do that. This was not my report. This is what was reported to me. I report what I get. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not going around there testing these doggone people. I didn't do this crap. This one lady said in the comment section, well, you must really hate your people and some crap, and saying, well, you must be married to a white woman. No, I'm not married to a white woman. I'm married to a cold-blooded black woman, and she's not HIV positive. Get the crap out of here. Now, if anybody else has that condition, I'm not speaking disparagingly against you, but I have to speak to these crazies that pop on here and say all this stuff that doesn't make any sense. Now, let's do this quick update, and then I'm going to play the actual piece that I want to play yesterday. Now, check this out. What's being said now is that these were new reports or new cases of HIV in Fulton County. And it said that 70%, still the number was 70%. It's still 70%. It's just now these are the new cases. So what the crap does that mean? Well, what that means is the people that's coming in there that's being tested, and it's still saying 70%. It's not saying that it's now a different percentage. This just means the people that's coming in that's telling, or the people that's coming in to be checked or getting their status are discovering it. What does that mean? That means that the doctor didn't give this to these mugs when they came in there. That means they had it and it was then reported or documented. What the crap? So you get these people on the page going off saying all this stuff. Nobody's thinking that these things have very definitive terms and very definitive dynamics. Man, this is freaking crazy. I don't understand what even makes someone think like that. But here it is. Just for clarity's sake, I'm going to play the actual piece. The guy's the doctor's name is Jackson Gates. You guys can look this dude up yourself. And according to what I'm getting, according to what people are saying, they're saying, well, this stuff was not from 70% of all black women. And if that is not the case, then of course, just as in any particular piece of news, we just adjust it. Well, that was not accurate. According to what we reported before, this is what was presented. From that, then we can make an adjustment. But I'm going to play it now and let you hear exactly what was said and how it was said. And this is what it was.
Hello, everyone. I just heard some very strikingly bad news today on the public radio station. I don't know how true it is, but it's very significantly important for the public to know.
Here it is.
I just heard that 7 out of 10, that's 70%, of African American women in Fulton County are HIV positive. That's the statistics, and it's very grim. Take charge of your health care and know your status.
And there it is. He said, take care of your health care and know your status. That's what he said. Now, here's the deal. If it was 70% across the board, is that tragic? Of course it is. If it's 70% that's being newly reported, is that tragic? Of course it is. See, here's the deal. Nothing changed in terms of the urgency of how you need to protect and take care of yourself. The problem is, and I've stated this in the last show, man, we too freaking emotional. Everybody responds in emotion. Well, why are you talking about that? Why? Who says this stuff? And wait. What the crap? So someone gets smashed by a bus because people keep laying out their beds in the middle of the street. And we report it. Someone talks about it and says, hey, you know people are getting smashed by those buses that's driving down the street because they keep putting beds in the middle of the street. Maybe we might want to reconsider putting the beds maybe on the sidewalk or on the porch, and maybe we should statistically change it a little bit where we won't get smashed by a doggone truck. Not these retarded freaking people. What they say, well, you must hate your mother. I hate my mother? These are not rational people. These are irrational people. We're dealing with an epidemic. There was another report that we saw, and I'm going to talk about that in another show. There was another report, and it stated that the HIV positive scenario in Fulton County or in Atlanta, Georgia, is higher than a third world country's epidemic and problem. And nobody thinks that that's a problem. They say, well, that's not what the statistics said. It's not 70%. It's 70% of the new cases. Okay, the new cases just mean that's who's coming in to be tested. So that means if you have a bunch of new cases that just keep coming through, everybody that comes in, and if it's 7 out of 10 people, brand new cases walking through the door, these people are all HIV positive, according to the report. This ain't my report. I didn't make this crap up. I didn't write this stuff. I didn't put these people up. I didn't make these people go out here and do all kind of craziness and come back and get conditions that they're having a problem to navigate through. That was not my thing. I've not said anything disparaging against anybody. This is the report. This is what's been reported. These things are going out publicly. So we grab the stuff off that's happening publicly and say, hey, this is in fact what's going on. But nobody wants to think about that crap. Everybody wants to attack and be, well, where's the stuff? Well, show me the proof. Show me the proof. Dude, the proof is in the place. It's in the statistics of the medical field there. I'm not no freaking doctor. I didn't do this crap. But nobody likes to think about that. Everybody only wants to be attacked because it's pure emotion. Well, you're tearing down black women. I'm not tearing down black women by trying to protect black women. What the crap are you talking about? But see, this is the problem. We don't have a generation of people that think rationally. They only respond off of emotionalism. I can assure you that a great portion of people that watched the last video or that saw the last video did not in fact watch it. Because had you watched the doggone show, you would have discovered that the crust of the conversation was really, we have to watch what's happening in the community overall. Now people say, well, the LGBT and community, they have people can do whatever they want. That's their choice. And I say, hey, that is 100% correct. Do whatever you want. I have no dog in that race. I can't affect that. That has nothing to do with me. But we have to consider it's going to be a consequence. The problem is you're getting people that's going out with their choice. Do whatever you want to do. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not saying you do what the crap you want to. That has nothing to do with me. But I can say that it has to be a consequence. If 70% of these people are showing up with new cases of HIV positive in Fulton County, Georgia, in Atlanta, we have to consider it has to be something going on. We have to consider that maybe something else in that equation is off. Because according to one of the people that I spoke to today, it's very difficult for two women that are in a lesbian relationship to transmit that condition. Now, it's not impossible. Now, let me say it because I know people are going to start jumping. Listen, it's not impossible, but it's a lot more complicated. It's easier to transmit something that's been from an injector. So if a man goes out, he has a gay relationship or a homosexual relationship, then he comes back and he's sleeping with these women in that area, this is going to throw the statistical percentages up. It's out of control. It was another show, and it said that the odds of a black man in Atlanta, Georgia, being positive for HIV is 1 out of 2. Let me explain to you what the crap that means. That's 50 freaking percent. So if you, that's 50%. Now, if 50% of the dudes that are living alternative lifestyles, if that's what you choose to do, no one's telling you you do whatever the crap you want to. That has nothing to do with us. But if you do that, and you're not going to be honest, and you're going to go back, and you're connecting with these women, it's going to create a problem. But I don't understand why people don't think that it has a consequence. They say, well, you can't tell me what to do. Nobody's telling you what the crap to do. And you do whatever the crap you want to. If you want to go out and jump off a freaking mountain with a kite tied to your head, I don't got nothing to do with that. If you want to go lay around in a freaking pool of sharks with cut arms and blood coming out of your legs, I have nothing to do with that. But I can sit I can report, 3 people were eaten by a shark yesterday because they were swimming in a pool with angry sharks with blood coming out their leg. Now, you can't say, well, you're a hater, you're a hate monger, and you're speaking, what's this crap, all this, you're bashing and you're shaming. No, I'm not. No, that's not what we're doing whatsoever. We're simply stating what was reported. If it's reported that this is what's going down, it seems to me that the focus should be, maybe we should try to adjust something. Maybe we should try to adjust something in this equation that's jacking us up. Maybe we need to think somebody needs to be protecting themselves a little different. Maybe we need to think like that. Nope, nobody thinks about that. Or you hate people. What the crap are you talking about, man? Get that crap out of here. If you don't like what the crap we talk about on this channel, this is for people that's looking for change and people that's looking for a conscious movement. What the crap, man? We're being wiped out. But nobody wants to deal with this crap. Everybody wants to respond in emotion. Everybody wants to be, well, wait, that's not what it said. The thing that said, you need to learn how to read the stats. Show us the proof. Dude, the proof is 1 out of every 2 men that are engaging in alternative lifestyle scenarios, homosexual relationship in Atlanta, Georgia, in that county is 50%. That's part of it. Now, if you take that 50% and then infuse it with a bunch of women, what the crap do you think is going to happen? It's going to create some other consequence. It's going to create something else. Now, the hope and the prayer is maybe the stuff will get adjusted and people stop getting jacked up. Hopefully that's the thing. I can only tell you what the crap is being stated and what's being reported and what's being documented. People are getting jacked up. And if it's happening in that sample populace of people, it's happening in other places as well. It just is. That just represents a sample populace. You can take that sample populace and you can disperse that. You can look at that in a bunch of different areas. I talked about this yesterday on the show. But nobody wants to acknowledge the fact that it's some stuff that's off. People say, well, it wasn't 70% of all black women, and you're hating them, and you're tearing down the community. How am I tearing down the community? So, I'm tearing down the community by speaking about it. But the people that's going out getting the crap nailed out of them, and then taking that same stuff and going and spreading it across the people, the women, they're not. So, I'm off for saying, that stuff is probably jacking you up. I'm off for it. Get the crap out of here. Man, if you think that, you got no business being on this doggone page. You need to go stick your head in the doggone fairy tale book and hope that Superman or Aquaman will come help you. Because this is some doggone foolishness. This is insane. We're dealing with a statistic that's still staggering. If it's 70% of the new cases or if it's 70% of the people right now, it's still 70%. It's still off. This is terrible. It's not like it's 5% or 2% or 1%. It's not. That they're saying 70% of the new cases that's coming through are HIV positive for black women. But nobody wants to deal with that. Everybody wants to attack me and people like me for speaking about it and saying, hey, this is really jacking us up. Maybe we need to consider some stuff. Nope. Nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to bash. I had somebody say, one comment said on the doggone page, well, where's the study about white people? Where's the study about Hispanic people? I said, dude, this wasn't about that. So if I were doing a report and the report said, 4 white people were ran over by a truck with some angry militia people in there, that would be the story. The story would be about that. It wouldn't be about where's the study of the black people. What the crap are you talking about? Stay on freaking target, stay on topic, and notice what the crap we're dealing with. We're dealing with an epidemic condition. We're dealing with something that's jacking our people up, but nobody wants to acknowledge it. Nobody wants to think about it. Everybody wants to have all this crap to say, but nobody's thinking about it. Man, if you don't think about this stuff, if you don't consider that there's something going on, there's an agenda, it's something being pushed. It's jacking up the community. It's jacking up our households. If I can get rid of the man, if I can destroy the man that looks like this, if I can destroy the black man, I don't have to worry about the black woman or the black child. If the black man now thinks it's okay to not be a man in a genuine sense, or in its in a traditional sense, as it were, if you want to do that, that has nothing to do with me. Y'all not going to be on here talking about, well, you're hate mongering. Nope, you ain't saying none of that crap on my doggone channel. Get that crap off of here. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. But understand, Every time you adjust one piece, you're changing something else in that equation. If you change one piece, you're changing something. Everything that you adjust, if you change the pure and traditional model of it, and now you altered it, you're bringing back something that ain't supposed to be there. So now you got our women in Fulton County, according to the report, you got 50% of the dudes. That's just kind of what's going to happen, according to that piece. And that was from a couple years ago that I saw. And we'll talk about that in another show. 1 out of every 2 will get HIV and be tested HIV positive. Will be. Not might be, not could be. According to the report and according to the stat, they will. Is what it says. Now, here's the deal. The black women are being affected, so what do you think is going to happen to the black child? Something else is going to happen. Guys, you have to understand, we are in the middle of a war zone. They are trying to jack us the crap up. If you don't understand this, man, man, that's some craziness. That is absolutely insane. Look, man, that's my time. Listen, I want you guys to subscribe, like, and share. Do that. Subscribe, like, and share. Please subscribe, like, and share. Just don't watch the doggone videos and then just don't subscribe and don't like. Make sure you do that. I love to hear your commentary. Put that crap on there. Let me hear you. I'll talk about it. We'll deal with it. And some of y'all people that's talking all this craziness, we'll deal with you guys too, because I want to hear what you guys got to say. People are destroyed because they don't understand. If you don't understand what makes a machine function, you're not going to understand how to get the proper results. But if I do know how it functions, I can jack you up anytime I want to, because I can shift you. We're being shifted, and we are essentially being annihilated because all of these things are being pushed out of its natural position. It's being pushed out of its format. You can say, this is my choice. Absolutely, it is your choice. We're not trying to strip your choice away. Just understand that with each choice, there is a consequence and something else is being affected. So you're either going to deal with the consequence of what's being affected and approach that junk head on, and hopefully you can fix it. Or, man, just be honest with the freaking people. Tell them what's happening. Don't take the choices away. If you're going to do some alternate stuff, gentlemen, if this is what you're going to do, if you're going to do alternative stuff, be honest with the people that you're about to lay down with. I saw a story, and I'll talk about this probably tomorrow or sometime later in the week in the show. It was a lady, I think they were in St. Louis. She married a guy that she knew was living an alternative lifestyle. Whatever happened, the dude got very, something went really strange in it. And the dude ended up killing the girl. He just couldn't take it. He snapped, choked the girl to death. He killed her. And everybody was saying, well, we don't understand. Well, you can't have something that you function in that's fake and think that it's going to create a pure or honest result. It's not. It just doesn't work like that. Again, if you choose to do whatever you do, I have nothing to do with that. I got no pony in that show, got no dog in that freaking race. I got nothing to do with that. However, understand everything has a consequence. And in this story, what we're looking at a consequence of 70% of the women of the new cases, if this is in fact accurate, 70% of the new cases of HIV are in black women in Fulton County, Georgia. That is absolutely insane. I wish it was not accurate, but unfortunately, that's exactly what it is. All right, guys, this is your friend and brother. This is your Robert W. JoJo Hill. I hope you guys be encouraged, be empowered, and most of all, man, just be enlightened, man. I want you guys to get it, man. Man, wake the crap up, man. What the crap? All right, y'all, I'm out. Yes, stop the doggone stream.